Hello for round two, second video today. I felt it was very important to put out this message since we've got a new president that POTUS 45 and 47, Donald J. Trump. Congratulations, Mr. Trump, President Trump. I guess soon you'll be president once you, of course, get inaugurated. But we wanted to share a little message today because we also have today, of course, Oksana, and I got the names mixed up. There we go. I should put. I'm gonna just
Right.
put you there because it looks
Oh
better.
yeah, you
But
said it fine.
obviously, but so Oksana is a seer. She's been on our show numerous times, and she's had out of body experiences, and she recalls life on the moon as a super soldier or a milab experiencer. And grew up in Kiev, but she lives in Florida, so I got her contact info on there. How you doing today, Oksana?
Good. Thanks for inviting me. I mean, it's been an amazing day energetically, and I feel like we shifted and we split up time. Like we split up the dualistic reality. You know, like we lived in duality before, black and white, and now it's separated. But I feel like this year, 2025, is going to be the year of final separation, meaning the people who did not wake up given the last chance to do so, or they'll just be gone from the film of our reality. And it's exciting because, I for some reason I thought of Dolores Cannon today, and I heard her voice in my head. Like we jumped to New Earth timeline, and Trump was the catapulted us there. He was like the one basically who started the page one of the new reality, and thanks to his explosive energies, to me he carries the program and the energy of transformation and destruction of the old. Once we destroy the old systems, we can build. We
Hmm.
have the new empty space energetically, so we can invite all these people who've been waiting for, like people, clients come to me like, and they say, I feel like I'm waiting for some time to actually finally use my energies and accomplish my soul's mission, but when is this time? And I feel like this time has come. Today is the first day. So that's exciting. And I also noticed the matrix people, like I have matrix people in my family, and I noticed that they're going on self-destructive paths right now. Like they initiated, there's nothing they can do. It just happens naturally because they refuse to wake up. And because of that, the solar flares, the polar shift, everything's coming at the same time. And they're going insane because they are malfunctioning. And their souls are not even present in the bodies. Like when I look at their eyes, they're empty. They detach from the body and they let the body do some, like disappear basically from this reality. So they detached already.
So your husband is a Democrat, and what was his reaction this morning when he found out the news? That
Oh, I mean, you felt it, the negativity and the angriness, and everything was like the world collapsed. But I was going on my scooter to the ocean like I do every day through West Palm Beach and Palm Beach, and I saw so many people smiling and laughing, and there was like something got lifted energetically. You just know it, you feel it. Yeah, and everybody was so happy. Like the guy waved at me here, over there. Like everybody was just kind of like different world. You just feel it. So that was really exciting. But those people who are, Democrats, they really got their vibration got even lower, and you can feel that too. And I'm just so happy that we did the flip, because nobody knew when we would do that flip. So
because
yeah.
we were discussing this as a seer, you were picking up that Kamala was going to be the president because of all the cheating.
Right. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I
we
felt
gotta be
that there
careful what we say.
was.
This is on the stupid YouTube thing. Until
Right, like
until Rich Billionaire buys it out. Yeah, be careful what you say.
Yeah. Well, the old administration, I mean, before Biden, I felt like it was in control of a lot of things. And, but, when all the souls get together and when you kind of, your wish comes true, especially with the help of solar flares and all this initiation, thanks to our souls, because every night we get out of our bodies, most of us certainly do, and we shift and turn the timelines and like overturn the events. That's why I was always saying I saw Kamala, but I wasn't 100% sure that that would be the end result, because, as you know, even reptilians, I see them constantly going on different timelines and trying to shift and turn and erase some events, redo something, and they're hoping for this result, but a lot of times they get disappointed because they don't get the result they wanted, and they don't really know exactly what's going to happen at the end. So it's like a Russian roulette. Yeah, and this time is our time. And that proves you the point why so many seers, telepaths like me keep saying that we're already in this new energy, energy reality world. It just kind of like what I see, like I said, those matrix people, their souls got out of the bodies. They physically exist. You still see them. They still affect you. They still mean to you, and all this stuff. But it's just the program running in the body, but it's not going to run for a much longer, just for another year, I believe. That's my perception. It's the year of nine, the year of ending of the old cycles.
Oh wow! So I wanted to mention you were predicting that if Trump would win, that the attacks on him would get even more severe.
Oh yeah.
Since we're on this YouTube thing, how would you word that in your own description?
I feel like they would continue attempts what they've done before twice already. And remember, I predicted that they would try to attempt to kind of get rid of him before they even did. But yeah, I feel like they're gonna continue trying because they're really angry, and they still have a little window of opportunity of time. But I believe the force though behind him, I want to believe that it's gonna be fine, that he's gonna be protected, because I felt like now it's almost like the alien groups got involved, because I was blown off my mind. I was kind of upset that she was gonna win, as I saw, but then all of a sudden, like this flip happened. I'm thinking, yes, that means that what we all feel something big is coming is actually coming. So next thing you get the whatever, more flashes, more people reacting badly to those, and you definitely could separate. Okay, this is a matrix person. This is not. This is the person who's been waiting for this time all her or his life to create the new reality, and we are gonna create the brand new reality. There is a reason why you and I, Matt, and all of the people you bring to the show meet together, because we're gonna be the people who are gonna, hold this space for the new reality. So it's gonna be it's exciting.
Thank you, Oksana. And you're going to be at our conference next October down in Orlando. So we'll have more
Yeah,
information about
looking forward to it, because yeah.
because we were actually discussing this. You were saying that if Kamala wins, we would probably be in a CIVILWAR scenario here in the United States, and there probably wouldn't be a conference. But now, yeah, so I'm extremely happy, and I am going. I even told my Saeed over the 5D events that I would not attend his event unless Trump won. So now I'm going to Los Angeles next April to speak at the 5D events, but I'll have announcements about that soon. So, Oksana, I would like to read this. This was a prediction that came up through some of the regression work that I do. So, this guy's higher self was speaking. So, he made a lot of predictions, and one of the most some of the predictions did not come true. Obviously, we didn't see Nasara be announced September 29 of 2023, but he did predict that that Biden would be exposed with the case against Trump would make him look bad, and it's going to backfire. So, all right. So this is some of the conversation that we had. So, what kind of changes do you see happening? And again, this is from like August of 2022. A lot of disruption, a lot of war, a lot of disagreements, a lot of fighting with the Democrats against the Republicans. Trump people are very vocal right now, and they're going to change things, but the left is trying to keep it the same. They are trying to change laws so that votes won't be taken. They're going to change things so that people can't be kicked out of positions that they're in. They're using the National Guard to block things. They are blocking around the Capitol. So who is using the National Guard? The Democrat Party. Biden and the president is, but he's not really he's just a figurehead. They trade him out once every few weeks now. Who is representing Biden at the current moment in time? Biden is. He's still there, but again, he's much more feeble and more mindless. So does the FBI get dismantled, or does it keep trucking along with business as usual? I'm getting a little feedback, Oksana. I'm just going to temporarily mute you, okay?
Mhm.
Okay, so FBI. It will be dismantled. It will be changed. They are going to eliminate people from the top when Trump goes in 2024. And there will be lots of wars at that time, lots of riots, but Trump is going to win. He's going to have the Department of Justice rebuilt and the FBI dismantled from the top. Regular workers in the FBI won't be affected, but the people at the top will be. He'll be at the he'll get rid of the deep state. There are more and more who know what's going on and what their intentions are. So excellent. So are you confirming that Trump is coming back in 2024? And the answer is yes. In 2024, they'll. I asked about the social credit system, and they said that that will fail. They are trying to do a lot of things now that they can't succeed because there are too many people that notice what's going on. They try to push the school agenda, the mandates. They're going through a lot. And many people recognize their plan now. So then I asked, will they get rid of paper money in 2024? And said, no. They're going to start restricting the amount of money that's been made when Trump gets back in. He's going to have them eliminate some of the cash so it brings the inflation back under control. Okay, so will they have a digital coin, a Federal Reserve digital coin, or will they just still have currency? And it will be currency. So will they have the word? It was a medical procedure that they did mandates. Gotta be careful what I say here. So it says here they'll be dead. They won't be bringing that back. Okay. So let's see. What's going on? He's commenting about Fauci. He says here, Fauci is. Actually, I was reading the question. They're going through the underground to get Fauci and some of the people who are involved in that. There are people who know what it is, and they're bringing it to trials. The Lindenberg trials, similar, that came up. Okay, so will the FBI attempt to arrest Trump after, when he's in Mar-a-Lago? No, too many people know what's up. They know even if they subpoena him, it's not legit. The way which it was written was illegal, and the whole thing was a farce. And that's why even people now that are in the middle have decided they're going to, I guess, middle class, have decided they're going to vote against Democrats. This works against them big time. I'm going to pause and allow Oksana. Can you unmute yourself? I was just curious. What did you think about any of this? Do you have any comments?
I feel like they're gonna be trying to fight back. That's for sure. I mean, that's the energies of. I mean, to be honest, even so, we live in a program upon program. It's kind of like like an onion peel, right? There's numerology, there's astrology programs, there's all these software programs that program this matrix, and even astrologers say we're entering the period of Mars, which means wars, right? So there's going to be some fighting energetically and at the physical level. But at this point, I mean, the split initiated. It's catapulted, it's initiated, Trump is a catalyst of destructive behavior. I mean, especially like people see that way, but those who are not awake and only say, oh, he's destroyer. But he's a destroyer in a good way because we need to get rid of the old people. And I think he's very smart. At least whatever it is in him, the programming and everything is very smart because he's going to be friends with everybody, even with those old people that we don't like who push what we don't like to do. But because he's going to be friends with them, he'll be manipulating them the right way in our in our favor. So we need a person like that. Because I mean, basically, Biden administration was Obama standing behind it. I mean, since the beginning, anyway. And look at the eyes. Eyes are the, windows to the soul. Did you see anything about the eyes? I would always look like this is black. But anyway, and then you close your eyes, you understand it's just like a mannequin stuffed with wires and programs inside. But yeah, there's gonna be some changes happening, and it's gonna be fast and quick. And also, there's gonna be a natural occurring changes because everything's happening at the same time. And the pole shift, the melting of the ice, they'll try to distract us with all the natural disasters also, because they want to shift groups of people here and there. And when you are disoriented, you cannot support the energies of change as much. That's why I'm telling every client that comes to me, like, you have to be what people call selfish these days and this year, because if you are not taking care of yourself, your body, your spirit, your energy inside, if you don't keep calm, you're not going to survive this transformation going in the physical. And psychologically, it's not easy, but once again, if you take care of yourself, you have a self-healing routine every day. I go to the ocean, I swim, and it just cleanses me. That you have to make up your own routine, because every one of us is a creative being, and we make up whatever. Don't follow somebody else's routine. Create your own. And also, I wanted to say something about predictions. As you know, a lot of people who have disabilities like I do, I mean, we predict stuff, but I always tell you, there's also a chance that this is not going to be the truth. This is going to flip, and it's going to be a different timeline, because the timelines are like this. They're constantly changing and moving. It's really crazy. Even when we say the date, since time doesn't exist, I mean, people just think that if she said or he said that should be this way, or see, they can't really see. No, we do can see, but we know the energies of change are coming, but we don't know exactly when they're going to accumulate and explode, and the change will be created. That's why, but yeah, other than that, I believe, yeah, financial system, all the systems have to change, because these are the old game systems. And the matrix rules, when somebody can do bad stuff to you and go with it all life and never get back anything, like the law cause and effect and karma works so quickly the same day. Like, if you, and plus synchronicities, plus intuition. I mean, I just noticed that everything is on heightened alert inside myself. Like, I intuitively know even little things. When the mailman is coming with the mail, I hop up from the bed and I'm like, go to the door, and here it is, the mailman. It's like, but yeah, it just, you have to be staying tuned in by being calm inside, not to get distracted,
Thank you.
because the wars and everything just a distraction.
Well, Oksana, what do you think about the recent Bashar put out a message stating that if Trump wins, there'll be civil. Oops, I almost said it. WAR, or if Kamala wins, we would have first contact. So of course, Bashar's in contact with some of these grays. So can you unmute yourself? Sorry, go ahead.
Well, yeah, well, there's some being stand behind Bashar, and some of his information, yeah, there's in all the channelings, you have to kind of discern and see how they're trying to trick you and make you believe into something that is not really in your favor at the end, because they all know, the beings behind the channels know that whatever you believe in becomes true, because you do create your own reality based on your own beliefs. um, and well, you mentioned about, yeah, civil, WAR. No, I actually wrote to you in the morning that I'm happy that Trump won, because he actually shifted us from a timeline when that was gonna happen, you know. And Mhm.
This is a message from Jessica Morocco. Thank you, Jessica. He's stated here that Bashar works for Hollywood and reflects their views. So they also, of course, Hollywood has a dark agenda. And
Mhm.
Jessica also says, I also think he is more of an actor than a channeler. That is my opinion. Hollywood hates Trump and would do or say anything to keep him out of office. So putting psychic ability aside or foresight, this is common knowledge. Peter the Insider said that either one in office will be a problem. The wars began during the Biden administration due to poor communication and bad decisions. So we can see the same behavior will occur with Kamala. Trump will anger a lot of people if he resumes building the wall, etc. But he will have other international, yeah, we'll have international conflicts coming up soon. The elite want a total war to depopulate, and then bring in a one world order. So, so she says, we had a great victory. This is the best news in 4 years. I've worked with a few teams to clear the demons. I know you're a patriot. Thanks for holding the light. Hopefully, Trump can fast track more to help you your region of North Carolina. We had the floods here. That was up in about 2 hour drive up in Nashville. So, okay, Oksana, you have any comments about that?
Oh, yeah, well, I already hinted about Bashar to discern what he says because a lot of stuff, the entities behind, it's actually an alien group's, an alien, big alien group behind him. And I don't see them, I see them as malevolent to me. And I know that for a fact they have to say at least 10% of truth to get you to listen to them. But then a lot of stuff he says, it's a programming. So I don't listen to him. After, for 5 years, I haven't been listening to him since I've been doing my sessions, 5.5 years, I think. Yeah, because I see what is standing behind channeling. And, they try to trick us a lot through channelers. So be very careful because they trick you into believing that you're channeling the benevolent group, but it's really the opposite. But they sure do know how to trick us. That's why I only trust myself, and I always verify. I touch them. I check on their DNA of the being in my sessions, like because it can show up as an angel, kind of like beautiful, and then you check the DNA and it's a reptilian. They have all kinds of technology, as we know, to show up in a different way. So, yeah.
So Bashar, Joshua says Bashar is a trickster. He be aware he's with the Nebu Grays. That's Nebo, I think is how you spell that. So thank you for that, Joshua. Okay, all right, Oksana. Let me continue on with this reading this. So let's okay. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm just gonna mute you because again, there's some feedback. All right. Okay, so I asked, how would they stop voter fraud this time around, or will the White Hats stop it? Okay, so each state is going to have more and more people watching each district, so the voting machines will not be in the dark. They're going to have more people standing and watching who goes in and what gets counted. So then I asked, what happens to the IRS when Trump comes back in 2024? Are they going to be still around? And the message of God says they're still around, but they won't be doing what the Biden people want. There will not be 87,000 new IRS workers. The Senate won't approve the funding. The bill hasn't. So even if the bill is passed by the House, basically the money's being taken away. So the Senate determines the funding, and so it's like, yeah, so they can hire 87,000 people, but they can't pay them because they have no money. Okay, so there's basically like a civil WAR even within these administrations. There is, because they can't make things happen. They can't make the Senate give the funding for. So, all right, understood. Will vote FRAUD be exposed? Yes, and how will it be exposed? Because there will be cameras taking picture of everything now. There's counties that have counted more people that were alive in that district. So you mentioned October 22nd of this year. Okay, we're talking about the social credit system. So that was 2 years ago. Let's go on. This debacle going after Trump caused a lot of problems for the Democrats. The general public, including people that are independent, are realizing how things are so thwarted, and they won't stand for it. Does that mean our country is still on the path for a civil WAR, or has that been averted? That's averted because of the fact that most people in the middle class in America will not go along with the Democrats. you commented that Nasara is pretty much dead and the rainbow currency, nothing is going to come of it. Do you still see that happening? Yes. Why is Nasara dead? And that's the National Economic Security and Reformation Act. For people, it's a long story. Okay. Because the funding will be changed. The money system will stay the same. It's going to change insofar as the way it's just distributed. So how's money going to change? Some of the things that, or this is what's going to change in the future. Okay, some of the things that Biden signed into law, or I guess it's executive order, Trump will be able to back off. So in 2024, in fact, they're going to try to get the Senate and the House to start changing things in 2022, and the Republicans in the future are going to sweep most elections. 9 out of 10 elections will be won by Republicans because the average person realizes how messed up things are. So when Trump comes back in 2024, will they realize the release the suppressed technologies? He will. They will be letting things go through that nobody else would. He allows patents to be released, and there's about 6,000 patents that were suppressed under national security clauses. So these patents will be allowed to be released, and because Trump believes that people deserve to be well treated. So I'm going to pause right there. Oksana, do you want to comment about any of that? What I just stated? Anything? Why don't you unmute yourself? Here, I'll just click on that. Unmute yourself, Oksana. You got a question? Press on the mute. There you go.
Yeah, Trump and the programs that he's gonna run in changing everything is about logic, simple logic and freedom. Because we really don't have freedom, as we all know. Uh, but yeah, I agree that systems are going to be changing, but they're going to be changing very slowly because there's still a residue of the old matrix, and it doesn't happen quickly like this, like a switch. People have to slowly forget what it used to be, and you know how it is. It's kind of like we slowly forgot how we used to walk around without phones and didn't have YouTube. The same idea. It took some time, but that's what's going to happen. Yeah, the distribution and this people whom they hire for just like stupid stuff, services of reinforcement, that is really insane, to be honest. I mean, I noticed how when we got Biden, all of a sudden, to get money through Western Union, for instance, even if you get like $50, you need to show your ID and give them social security number. I mean, I have to give an 18-year-old boy or girl at the store my social security for identities fraud. I mean, come on. You know what I mean? And they would always pop up, how much do you make? How much money do you make? If you go on your account to check, like, guys, I really don't make enough to pay taxes. Why do you keep asking me? Don't you see it? Like, I feel like this is going to be gone. This kind of like, because you constantly feel like pressure, and they try emotionally and mentally suppress you. And that's what people are tired of. And that's what's going to be changing. Because when a different energies of change dictate freedom of a soul and expression and creation. So, and there's going to be a lot of healers, a lot of telepaths, a lot of people who do this stuff. Is a lot of them are still kind of a little bit figuring out how to use their abilities. It took me 2016. I had a session with Alba Vainman. I was told by my higher self that I had a rainbow energy of healing, and I would be talking to people and healing them through sessions, and I couldn't figure out for many years exactly what it was. Before everything happened, I took a course and everything, became a telepath because they told me I have the ability to see stuff very well for people. But that's what a lot of people here who watch you feel the same, like I used to feel. Hey, I got these abilities, but how do I apply them? But there's going to be a new movement of healers, and in this way it's going to take a while, but the system that we go to heal ourselves is going to slowly fade away. I don't want to say the words, but yeah, I agree.
Certainly, when the income tax amendment was introduced, it was promoted as a way to tax the rich. So like initially the lower classes would only pay like 2%. And of course, once they got their income tax, then they had the money to finance their World War One, and then of course World War Two. But when before we even had income tax, we had tariffs. So that's why we were discussing earlier in my other show with John. We'll return back to a system where we tax businesses instead of people. But well, okay. Well, there's a lot of different directions we can go with this. I know I want to respond to Count Coop. You mentioned earlier about Trump being groomed at a young age. So it did come up in the reading that he was one of the secret son of General Patton. Have you heard about that, Oksana? Supposedly, and it was
I
actually they put
remember,
it. Go ahead.
I remember we talked about this in one of the sessions we did with you. Because, I kind of like, yeah, it sounds familiar. I just, as you know, when I'm in trance and you ask me questions, I don't remember what I said afterwards. But yeah, it sounds familiar.
So like yeah, there's like a whole thing about the 17 where was it Trump's uncle was in the FBI. They got a hold of all the Nikola Tesla files, so they had access to time travel tech. So General Patton was trying to run for presidency, and he was friends back then. Well, it's in my notes somewhere. But the deal was is that, of course, he died, and they wanted the Trump family to raise him. So that's why, if you look at the pictures, he does look similar to General Patton. And the other thing is, there was actually a press release, and the press came out and said, "Oh, it's actually a joke." But I didn't know there was a press release before I started investigating it. So um, anyway, so let's go on here. Okay. All right. So when are they going to release free energy technology so we don't have to pay an electric bill anymore? And we got so he will Trump will allow that as soon as he gets in. He's not in the pocket of the oil companies. What about suppressed technologies like med beds that will heal people? They'll be released. Trump's got a big heart because he has a son who has autism, and his son is going to be healed with a med bed. What year can we expect those things to come out? 2024. So it went
Hmm.
on. It goes on here. This other thing. So some of the dates, about half of them were correct, and the other half were incorrect. But so There's another date coming up soon. I'm gonna go ahead and mention it. So if anybody in the Alliance or the White Hats, if you're watching this video, let me go ahead and read this. Okay, so question about civil WAR. Uh, will there be some kind of nuclear exchange? And we got New York City, DIRTY subways on 7th Avenue. New York City may be radiological, so millions affect millions. There's a connection to the Iran and hold on, November 23rd. So no. Now, a lot of times when you talk about the future, it can change. So let's all put out intention. It'll be a nice, warm, sunny day come November 24th in New York City. So everybody go ahead, Oksana.
No. Those negative timelines, I've seen those too, with lucid dreaming of bombs and stuff ending up in New York. No, it's not going to happen anymore. Because, like I said, today we flipped the timelines. Everything is like back to um, kind of like, I can say it's positive. We're still going to experience so-called natural disasters and all this stuff and all the transformations that's going to hit people hard. But we who are awake, and we know it's for the best, because you cannot build the new without destroying the old. And how do you destroy the old? Through all those transformational harsh times, but you just have to get through it. It's kind of like you get sick with a virus, and there's a couple days that you're gonna be super sick, but then it's gonna be much better, and then you regain energy. That's how we are. Therefore, and plus the dates, like, once again, when we say this and this I see, that's because more than 50% I saw that Kamala was going to win. But I was also telling you there's also a timeline where Trump wins, and I hope it happens. But then, if he wins, I hope he takes care of his health, because they're gonna continue the attempts. So, and that happened. And the dates, numbers mean really nothing in our predictions, because the time can stretch, and it's like a chewing gum, really. And I just want to say to people that if you say that this person or that person predicted in this particular time period, don't judge those people, by the numbers, because since time doesn't exist, and when I see stuff, I get out of my body, and I'm in this space where there's no numbers anymore. The matrix programs of numbers don't exist anymore. There's certain algorithms that I read into. It's like an internet system, and I can see the timelines through the internet. But those internet lines and algorithms don't tell me the year of them. I kind of can figure out according to the events I know in the physical body, but still, you know.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and put out one more last message. So this came from a friend of mine that we recently did a session where under regression he was talking about Trump. So okay, so here's the message: Donald Trump was placed into power by a group connected to the alliance. The alliance has been helping Trump since 2016 and cannot reveal who they are. Okay, because there's a lot of protection in place, but Trump will release information gradually, starting with issues like the YouTube thing, uh, traffic, ing, that kind of thing, and there's more and more information. Hold on, I'm getting a lot of feedback. Oksana, I'm going to meet you. Hold on a second. So the information is going to be released slowly, and the reason why is because they don't want people to freak out. And eventually, they'll tell the public about the walnut sauce, from harvesting children. It's a drug that rhymes with a popular Google browser. So there's probably a connection there. So let's see here. God's plan is the only path forward where ego doesn't exist, because if we were to push forward on this quickly, we could possibly see a scenario where things will fall apart. That's why it's taken so long. Let's see here. There are forces aimed to suppress the light. Super soldiers will be activated soon. Activation resembling a process of remembering, and DNA activation, memory recall. They and also release their pain and suffering. So God's plan will proceed. Higher realms are present and supporting this process, as previous lifetimes have failed to achieve this process, because humanity's been reset about every 200 years, right? So the last reset would have been around Tartaria, around 1814. So okay, let's see here. So the Q Pro. Oops, I just said that. Okay, whoops. So Trump is being protected. Trump is protected by the alliance, and there's connection with JFK Senior and it was original Q. So anyway, martial law or even radiological conflict are on our potential outcomes, but it all depends on the intensity of events and what's our society as a whole learns. So the EBS, whatever, I'm not sure what will trigger it, but we'll trigger a soft. Eventually, we'll see it. We'll start with a soft disclosure, and they'll be followed by more revelations. We could see power outages, and people are encouraged. The alliance is encouraging people to stockpile a little bit of water and food. So obviously, the powers go out, so you need to have food that you don't need any electricity. Okay, so that's that. Oksana, I'm done with any information here. So, do you want to unmute yourself and let's see? Do you have anything else to say?
Yeah, well, in terms of like bodies and connection, because ego is kind of like it's sitting in the body to dominate your subconscious, your soul. So the messages you're supposed to receive through that passageway from your soul, your subconscious, ego dominates and twists them. But I feel at some point it's gonna just turn off in a way. And another thing about food shortage and all this, I feel like a lot of this like exaggerated. It's not gonna be the way that is. I mean, whatever news when you listen to the news, if they scare you even a little and make you like, and urge you to go like get water and food supplies, to me this is just the old matrix programs of negativity that's supposed to put you in the negative vibration. And I also noticed, like my clients tell me, and the same thing happening to me, we don't eat as much anymore. We really don't. I mean, we're slowly like changing the foods we eat. It's usually lighter. We space them out, kind of like smaller portion, but it's happening naturally. It's not because we're losing weight or some, particular thing. But did notice that also because a lot of people tell me about it. And also, this thing is about waking up at 3 in the morning. It's such a common thing. It's almost ridiculous now, how almost everybody has a screwed up, broken up sleep. And it is because we constantly get out of the body. We do our mission, whatever we need to do to fix up the timelines, to speed up the coming of all those things you were talking about. And then we jump back into the body, because when I get back to the body, I feel like boom, and that's when I wake up. And I pretty much do it every 2 hours at night. So if people wake up every couple hours, it's no surprise. It's just because you get back to the body and the body gets shocked, because it's not a very nice process. It's actually a painful process to get back to this bony body, you know. But yeah, that's about it. I mean,
Tell
just
people
be
about your sessions.
yeah. In my sessions, I basically
Yeah, I think your battery just died. I would. Oh, there you go.
yeah. In my sessions, I and remove etheric implants. We look if you have any physical implants also. We look if you are controlled by any entities, any alien groups. What I don't know if you heard what kind of contracts you have, and then we'll look at the life previous to the first life on Earth to see if it was my client's decision, or if the client's decision to even come to Earth, because a lot of times our souls are abducted and sent to Earth, forced to incarnate here. So we want to get rid of all those entities and alien beings, attachments from our energy sphere, who control our life, who program our life for certain events we don't want. And that's why a lot of times people don't understand why this stuff happening to me. But it is simply before they made you sign a contract that was, it's like you sign one thing, but you get the other. Doesn't it sound familiar? It's above, so below. They lie to us here all the time about stuff they're gonna do, but they do the opposite. That's the same with aliens and disincarnated and all the attachments you can possibly have. So I just do complete cleansing of the energy bodies, which when it's completely done, it goes down to your physical, and that's how people get rid of their pains, conditions, everything that was bothering them. And they usually write to me a day or a couple weeks after that their life has improved. That things are happening the normal way. Everything's getting better and better. Um, it is because we got rid of all the entities, attachments, implants from the energy sphere, and nothing is controlling their life anymore. They are the ones who are truly creating everything they want in their life. So that's what I do.
Great. So you are the ones you've been waiting for. So everybody, go ahead. The email for Oksana is in the description if you want a session. So thank you, Oksana, for coming on here at such short notice. Thank you, audience members. Oksana, do you think we can leave this on YouTube, or you think I'll get a strike?
No, I think we can.
Okay.
It feels like it's a different timing. No, I
Okay.
don't think we're gonna. We didn't say anything even.
Maybe. Okay. All right. We'll leave it up and see what happens. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you all later. Everyone have a wonderful day wherever you are, maybe in the world. And go. You could also go if you want. Well, if you like to, go donate to my 501c3 Healing Soul Survivors. So the donations help support the conference. And you can also go to Neological Tech, purchase yourself a book or a meditation cube, and order some Lifewave patches. Thank you all. We'll see y'all later.
Thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you. Bye. Bye, everyone.
Welcome back, everyone. Today we're diving into
Thank you,
something
James.
really exciting, the Lifewave X39 patch. To help us understand how this works, we have Lifewave brand partner Arthur Gross here. Thanks for joining us, Arthur.
Thanks for having me, James. I'm excited to talk about this revolutionary technology.
I like your
So,
t-shirt.
I've been hearing a lot about
I
this
should get something
X39 patch.
like
Can
that
you
for
explain a
myself
little bit
too.
more on how it works?
Absolutely. The
Wait, are
X39
we
patches are
still on
groundbreaking because it uses
Yeah.
phototherapy, specifically photobiomodulation, to activate your body's natural GHK copper peptide levels. This, in turn, reactivates your stem cells, which helps reset over 4,000 genes to how they worked when you were younger. Think back to your 20s.
Wow, all that just from wearing an X39 patch.
Exactly. The patch uses a patented, non-invasive nanocrystal technology that reflects specific wavelengths of light from your body's infrared light. When it touches your skin, it stimulates biochemical changes that trigger the production of peptides and amino acids. This increases mitochondrial energy, boosts healthy stem cell activity, and helps with overall cellular repair.
Wow, that sounds incredible. But a lot of people might be wondering how safe they are.
The X39 patch is completely safe. It's been clinically proven and is recognized by the FDA as a general wellness product. Plus, it's non transdermal and non invasive, meaning nothing actually enters your body, and there are no chemicals involved.
Wow, so we have no topical creams, injections, or anything like that.
Exactly. It's as easy as wearing a small patch, and it's also waterproof and showerproof, so you can wear it throughout the day without worry.
Wow, that's amazing. Now, I've read a lot about various expensive stem cell therapies. How would the X39 compare to some of these other type of options?
Traditional stem cell therapies can cost thousands of dollars, but the X39 patch offers a much more affordable solution. It's designed to work naturally with your body and is available at a fraction of the cost while still being 96% effective on activating your body's stem cells.
I can see why so many people are excited about this. So, if someone is interested in trying the X39 patch, what can they expect from wearing the patch?
Most people notice an increase in energy, faster recovery from physical activities, and even improvements in overall health and wellness. It really helps to revitalize your body by supporting stem cell production and resetting your genes.
Wow, that sounds amazing. Where can people learn more and try the X39 patch?
If they click the link below the description, it'll take you to James Rink's Lifewave website, which helps you get started. It's such an easy and effective way to tap into your body's natural healing abilities. If you have any questions, please send us an email at liveyounger.jmr@gmail.com.
Wow, thank you, Arthur, for shedding light on this amazing technology. The X39 patch sounds like a must try for anyone looking to feel more youthful and energized.
My pleasure, James. It's definitely worth exploring.
I forgot to, sorry, unmute. Oksana, unmute yourself. Look, guys, look at my t shirt. I'll be back, Trump 2024.
That's so cool. Oh my, I need to get the same one. You should tell me where you got it.
Yeah, I don't know if I feel safe wearing this in public yet. But anyway, okay, so I will end the recording. Thank you all for sticking with the X39 patch. So we'll see you all
Yeah.
later. Bye, everyone.